Curiosity sent her on a quest, years in the making.
What she uncovered along the way kept her coming back for more.
Emotionally, it was so rewarding. I mean, you couldn't stop me then.
As News 5 continues to highlight powerful moments in Black history, our Mike Brookbank introduces us to the Northeast Ohio woman who started her retirement by retracing her family's steps through time, and it led her straight into slavery.
That was very painful to me, to see that. It was very painful.
When you retire,
I was an English teacher.
you find yourself with a lot of extra time on your hands.
So these are all the children.
Sandra Milton's
Man of color is buying land from me.
didn't stay idle very long.
Initially, I started by just trying to make a family tree.
A family reunion sparking her interest.
How am I related to this one and how is that one? Oh, that's my mother's birth certificate.
Milton started with her mom, who was born in North Carolina,
Gosh, that's her as a baby.
using a 1920 census to learn more about her story.
I welled up with tears and it was just off to the races from then.
With the help from birth, marriage, and death certificates,
Died Monday afternoon.
Milton was able to successfully trace her family all the way back to 1870.
From that, I was able to construct the tree.
But she could only go as far back as her great-great-grandfather, who remarried.
And he was marrying Sally Lee. She's not really my great-great-grandmother.
And that's the reason, for years, Milton held out on requesting his marriage license.
It was the piece of information I had needed.
Her great-great-grandfather named his parents on that license.
Then I knew that I could look for those two names in slave records, and that opened the door to me.
Milton made several trips to the archives in North Carolina for this dark chapter in her family's story.
And I just wept. I cried because I saw this is my family.
Her great-great-great-grandparents had 10 children. Milton uncovered the document that left them to their owner's children upon his death.
That was what I was looking for.
They were all separated among 5 different people, never to see each other again.
Valued at $750, and for the first time, Harriet at $600. The cruelty of slavery was very personal. Do they get to hug each other? And it was probably one of the most painful. Do they get to say goodbye to each other? Painful moments in my search for family. This is the street.
While doing her research, Milton uncovered her relatives once lived along the Outer Banks. The home that dates back to before the Civil War
That was the headquarters for the Union soldiers.
was turned into a bed and breakfast. During her quest for information, Milton stayed at that B&B and shared its significance with the owners. Years later, before selling the property, the owners offered her this wooden mantel.
It just means so much. It was part of the house built in 1852.
But how would the North Carolina couple get it to Cleveland? While shopping in a store,
It was so serendipitous.
they randomly overheard another customer talking.
That's it. How lucky are you that you're standing in line and you hear somebody moving to Ohio?
That stranger brought it to the Buckeye State, helping Milton secure the family heirloom, a piece of history she never imagined having.
Because when you start, you have no idea what you're going to find. Years and years and years.
A quarter of a century since starting her multi-state journey, Milton has a true understanding of those who came before her.
I was determined to find all I could about this family.
And by sharing their story, reminds us of the heartache of our past,
It was just amazing.
but also hope
Yeah, very emotional.
in the days ahead. Reporting in Cleveland, Mike Brookbank, News 5.
In many ways, she's fortunate she can trace back that far. Many African Americans hit a wall when they start that process. But there are several ways to celebrate Black culture and history in Northeast Ohio. We have posted a list of events happening throughout the month of February on our website. Just visit news5cleveland.com.